So, you want to hear a story? Well, have I got one for you?
A lot of people around here with guns, so kind of helps to have an itchy trigger finger.
Do you know that it takes approximately 7 pounds of pressure to rip one of these bad boys off?
As soon as he clocks that, he just darts for the shadows.
As a, deep, cynical character flaw, I pretty much assume everybody's hiding something all the time.
My boss was like, "Oh, you gotta fight this guy, or you're gonna get another bullet in the head." And I was like, "Okay."
Starting off with a bang, this is Borderlands.
When we last left off, our crew of Mercs and Miscreants had attempted to save the life of Tracer Vlad, but it seems the experiments performed by Dr. Celsus were too much to overcome, and he did not survive the procedure. Taking out their frustrations, our crew looted hundreds of dollars worth of iridium, uploaded a virus to a Hyperion satellite, and then burnt the iridium extraction plant to its bones. Eventually, the crew were back on the road, driving throughout Pandora's famously long nights until at last they had to rest. Happening upon a caravan, our crew bartered for a safe night's stay where they were able to unwind and partake in some recreational fun. But upon waking, they realized that Tegan was not present among them. And it is here, as dawn breaks on the horizon of the dust, that we resume our tale of vaults and villains.
Tegan, are you in Valhalla?
Oh, God.
I hope so.
No, you don't.
All right.
And I don't.
And we begin. Tegan, you're having hazy dream-like flashbacks. First flash, and it's the moment that you killed Trigger, the captor that held you at the fight ring, along with several of his men before escaping. And there's that feeling of just overwhelming surge of anger and bloodlust and just wanting to cease the life of a person that has caused you great suffering over your life. And then you break out to the cool air of Promethea and begin moving in a direction. Moving towards what you're unsure of, but just moving. Free for the first time in your life. You hear the voice of your other half in the back of your mind. It just says, "Protect you." Another flash, and you're very young. It's much earlier than the previous one, and you're getting beaten by Trigger. So you're panting and you're sweating. You're being pushed beyond your physical limitations, but that doesn't stop the whip from cracking against your flesh every time you falter. The voice speaks up again in your head. "From this reeking lick spindle." And there's another flash. And again, you're even younger. Your parents are there. The vague memory you have of them as you're in some kind of a enclosure, a pen, if you will. And these people are, your parents are yelling at each other in the room, but you can't quite make out what they're trying to say or what the argument is about, but they're every now and then gesturing towards you, and you do make out the brief instances of like, we have to get out of here. But what are we gonna do with her? We can't go on the run with a kid. And there's a lot of pointing and gesturing in your direction, and you hear the voice speak up once again. From your own brain leakage. And you wake up as that last voice rings out in your head. And you're laying down, but you're enclosed. You're encompassed by and it's like sweaty and it's moist in here wherever you are. You reach your hands out and you're in this very tight spot and everything kind of squishes and everything's wet and you don't have a clue of where you are or how you got here.
Oh god, am I inside a monster or something?
And as you pull your hand out, you step out into the blinding light that is the morning of Pandora to find that you were sleeping in the disemboweled body of a massive adult bullymong. You have...
This happened.
Yeah, you are covered in blood and viscera, but you're also sore. You can feel injuries that you have sustained in your absence of your foremind here. You're panting, your muscles are all tight and sore. You are at half your hit points, and you have a level of exhaustion, which means that you have disadvantage on all ability checks until you gain the benefits of another long rest or are healed by some miraculous form of tech. And as you look around you, you see this hollowed out bullymong that and there's signs of fighting and blood in the sands. You see that there's long streaks of blood, as if you had been dragging this thing. But you see there are several of these. They're all lined up, and as the camera, if it were to pan up into the sky overhead, getting an aerial view looking down at a single word, noisy.
Wait, the carcasses spell out the word noisy?
This bloodied bullymong had been disemboweled and dragged to create an SOS-style message of blood.
Okay. That's still fucked up.
And you are here in the middle of somewhere between the dust and the iridium light, unknown as to what direction your camp is in, and it is getting hot as the sun is very slowly rising in the sky.
Well, I guess I shouldn't be doing drugs anymore.
Make just a wisdom check. Just a flat wisdom check.
Okay.
It will just be a d20 plus whatever your wisdom modifier is.
Yeah. Which is 0. But it's an 18, so that's pretty good.
Nice. You have some vague memories of, you remember Duck handing you the howlers. You remember you were with a couple of, young adults in the area that were also partaking in the festivities. You have, slight flashes of, romping with these people as the drugs began to take effect, and you remember seeing the colors and moving your hand through the atoms of the air and all of that fun activities. And your memories kind of stop there. You have vague memories of walking towards the sun as it peeked up over the horizon. You have memories. You get a slight on an 18. You get a flash of seeing the bullymong, a lone straggler. Very uncommon. Usually bullymongs roll in pack, but you're just seeing this one, and you remember the pang, a blood boiling, raising. You weren't sure why at the moment, but all of your memories after that cease.
Do I see anything in the distance, footprint? I don't know, maybe footprints. Maybe I can retrace where I've been.
You know what? Go ahead and make a survival check.
Survival. Right. Okay. 4.
All right. So from that 18, you remember walking towards the sun as it rose. So bearing that in mind, you at least have an inclination to turn opposite the sun and begin moving in that direction. And as you stomp, your shadow like stretching out long before you as your back is to the sun, we transition over as everyone now in this little camp of the caravans wake up. Hobbs, you are still in the front seat of the technical, kind of stretched out over that. Fidget, you are resting comfortably in the back of the cab.
Yep.
Kimmy,
Use the turret and like drape a blanket over it to make a little tent.
Kimmy, you were allowed actually to use one of these kind of communal tents that was set up by these people, and you're sleeping on on your bedroll, and curled up at your feet is Peaches. Who sleeps much like a rabbit. He like breathes very fast while he's sleeping.
I guess Kimmy's just gonna get up and just kind of tap Peaches a couple times to wake him up very gently, with enough room to be able to move back if he freaks out.
He actually doesn't freak out. As you tap him, his head snaps up as he like wildly looks around for a second before you see his body relax, and then he does like a long stretch of all of his limbs.
You really gotta get you your own bedroll, buddy.
Like, but I like being at the feet of the one.
I mean, I guess that's all good and well, but I feel like your back probably has like a metric fuck ton of problems that you should probably get sorted out before it's too late.
He violently twists and you hear a thunderous crack.
Oh, that's a
It is.
Readjust the bone fragments.
Yep. You did that.
Sure did.
All right, bud. Let's get you some food, okay?
Yes. He at the sound of food, rather, he like immediately jumps up. He goes, "More flesh for the meat bag!" and tears out of the tent. Duck, I assumed you probably would join in the cab alongside Fidget, unless you had any other plans.
No, but he probably woke up a little early to mess with his tech a little bit.
All right, fair enough. So for all intents and purposes, we'll say Fidget, you rouse as you see Duck kind of like legs off the back, sitting on the technical, working away on his various pieces.
He's actually working on his experimental tech. He's trying to figure out if maybe there's a way that if he activates visions of Valhalla, it can avoid Peaches. Somehow.
Interesting, very interesting. Make a check using your tech ability. Like make like a tech attack, if you will.
Oh, okay. 16?
Nice. You think it would probably take some work. You might maybe need to either get a scan of Peaches over a period of like an hour, like a short rest type deal, or something you might be able to do now. But you also might need a few extra pieces to integrate into it, like a certain like kind of circuitry. But looking at it and knowing how you've designed this thing, you think there might be a way that you could do that with avoiding Peaches if you were able to find the right components.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't think it'd be a one check kind of thing. But cool.
Awesome. And Peaches like immediately runs out. The fire that was raging from the night before is still ongoing, and they've begun throwing meat of unknown origin onto like pans, some eggs of unknown origin, creating a nice little breakfast. As Peaches immediately like runs up and like steps like through the fire to get to the food. And he goes, "Yeah, sizzling and roiling like the parts of my soul."
Oh, geez, get out of there. What are you doing? What? No. That's. Oh my goodness, this is a lot to deal with when you first wake up.
Dejectedly, Peaches, like a scolded dog, like slowly
Oh.
steps out of the fire.
Listen, people are gonna try to cook in that. You want food, right? You can't stand in the fire, bud.
But the fire is part of my soul.
I understand. There'll be other fires to stand in. Just not this one, okay?
Body language immediately perks up, and he begins kind of antsily, just kind of pacing in place.
Besides, you just had a bath yesterday. We're gonna be here for a while.
Anthony, for your benefit, Peaches, his bath was much akin to that of a chinchilla's, where he just rolled around in the dust for a little while.
It's a bath.
Given his love of open flame, he might be, amenable to one of those smoke baths also.
Mm.
It's very cleansing.
Yeah, I don't think I'm familiar with that concept.
Some sage or some tire rubber.
Gotcha. A fragrance bath, if you will.
That it could work. Smoke certainly sticks to the skin.
As a side note, yeah, he does have a constant smell of like smoke coming on. Like that is his natural body odor at this point.
I mean, it's not a bad smell, depending on the smoke.
But shortly after, as you guys get up and begin kind of moving about your day, setting your tech for the day, and just kind of performing your morning routines, you do notice that Tegan is gone. Or at least not present among you. A quick search through the tents and a call out for a name yields nothing.
Can we look for footprint? Maybe?
Yeah, if anybody would like to make survival checks, you certainly can at this point to deduce any, or if anyone has any technical means they would like to try, you're more than welcome to try to run some kind of a bit of a higher DC tech check or technology check.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6.
So, this
So, Kimmy's too distracted trying to keep Peaches from causing trouble to really notice a whole lot.
Yeah. You're rubbing Peach's head, being like, "Where's Tegan? Where's Tegan?"
Can you smell her out?
Because the screaming might beat my wow, try that again. The screaming meat bicycle. Yes. Take 2. Use take 2.
Dirty 20 is survival.
Nice. Using that, you are. I mean, some of the sand is a bit windswept, but you do kind of find a direction heading off towards the rising sun. And with that, I will say you remember giving the howlers to Tegan and a couple other people. So talking amongst some of them are like, "Yeah, man, that chick is crazy. I don't know, at some point we all started seeing these weird kind of crustacean creatures running around, and me and the other, we were just no way, and we took off. But yeah, I don't know, that was the last time we saw Tegan. Is she was battling crab monsters. It was crazy."
Are the other people that I gave howlers still in the camp?
Yeah, that would
Okay.
That would be one of those guys that you gave.
Just checking.
Yes.
Because I was like, did they go off with Tegan and get eaten by
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly why I asked.
Yeah, nope. These did not have the adventurous spirit that Tegan possesses. And as soon as their trip started getting weird, they tried to retreat to some form of safety.
they drew the line at smelling stars and hearing colors, and then they came back.
Yeah, pretty much.
And according to one of them, he's like, "Yeah, man. After that, when shit started getting real weird, we just went into the tent and kind of just curled up into little balls, and that's where we stayed the rest of the night."
Guys, I think I found a trail.
Good, because I wasn't going to be able to contribute anything. I rolled a 19, but I have a +0
My roll
So, like,
is garbage. But I am curious. So I have Sixth Sense, but it says it specifically applies to battlefields, but like I can get an idea for like what happened, and I just feel like Tegan would leave like a Tasmanian devil style wreckage path, especially when she's fucked out on drugs. So if there's any way my Sixth Sense can kind of help follow Duck's trail that he's pointing out.
I would say that would be a great use of the Sixth Sense feature. Very, very creative. But yes, I would say
That's
that
awesome.
falls in.
So,
And you know what? We'll throw it off right up bat here. Duck, you've had consistently dope rolls, and for that, Anthony, you guys can both take a badass token.
cool.
But yeah, so utilizing your
you find the crab monster battle scene.
Yeah, like investigating like
Hobbs just goes, "You guys are not gonna fucking believe this, but you want to hear what I think happened?"
Yeah, awesome. So, yeah, using your Sixth Sense, you're able to basically follow along the story and like the path of evidence here, and you do see like definitely where that took place, where the two parties separated during this kind of crab monster fight, and you think that Tegan did move in that kind of general direction, and that is backed up by Duck as well.
I can't get the image out of my head.
Yeah,
Tegan
I mean,
fighting it.
yeah. So crab monsters. I mean, it holds up. Some of this seems to hold up. Duck, are you also more or less seeing a trail of crab monster?
Yeah.
battle?
Yeah, definitely. Hmm.
Yeah. I concur with the fucking believe crab monsters.
Definitely crab monsters. Yep.
Let's forge on.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys begin to load up into the technical to take off, unless you guys want to go on foot. Sorry, I did kind of make an assumption about the technical.
Yeah, it'd probably be quicker.
It's like quicker, but also like it'd be really hard to follow like a foot path in a vehicle.
If you guys want to go on foot, that's totally cool too.
I just don't want to get stuck out in the hot
Yeah.
desert.
Yeah, I'm more concerned with it's a desert, and I don't know like if Tegan's stamina is like normal
That's true.
expectation.
We would want to
Like,
get
she
to her
could be out
quicker.
there always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can always like take it slow, but like it'd still be faster than on foot and stop if we need to.
Yeah.
So loading up the technical, Rex does come over. Rex is apparently like one of the kind of de facto leaders of this group, or like one of the elders. He's kind of like this like older guy, like big gray beard, like, you know, wearing the kind of rustic hat rather. And he comes over and goes, "All right, well, if y'all are looking to take off here, you're welcome to join back up with the caravan. We're going to be shipping out in a few hours. We're heading the same direction y'all are to the Old Dahlwell Oasis. So if you want to hitch a ride with us, you know, you guys definitely have been, you know, amenable guests. As long as we can all kick in and contribute, I think I don't think there will be a problem. You know, safety and numbers and all that. You guys look like you know how to handle yourselves."
Come and join our con.
Rex, it's not every day that we even find who's willing to walk near us, so we might take you up on that. We'll see if we can get back this way.
All right, and as you guys ready yourself to pull away, just as a reference to how many people are traveling in this caravan, so it is like several larger vehicles, like the tents are being like packed up. There was some like loose standing structures that were just like ruins that have been here, you know, like of derelict buildings long since abandoned to the, you know, decay of time and weather. And they've been making their way from the Sawtooth Cauldron towards the highlands by way of the dust. So they're looking to like start new lives in Opportunity, which is one of the biggest cities right now on Pandora, like reclaimed from the Hyperion Corporation after they fled and turned into this kind of like bastion of civilization on Pandora. But you guys hop into your technical and begin to tear off into the dust, hoping to be back in time to catch up with the caravan. So making your way through the dust, if someone, let's see here, Hobbs, give me a piloting check, and if anyone else wants to roll a check to keep track of where Tegan's heading, that could be survival, perception, investigation. I'd even allow, even though you are moving at a fast pace, I would allow that at this point too.
That's just going to be plus proficiency, right, for the vehicle?
Yes.
So that's a 16.
Awesome. You're able to keep the course and avoid any potential hazards in the kind of like, it's like this weird combination of it's hard rock, but it's starting to transition into that kind of like looser sand, which makes the car feel a little squirrely at times. But you're holding it together pretty well.
I got a 6 that time.
All right. Anybody else want to make a check?
Please, someone else make a check.
Oh, what were we rolling?
Just to kind of try to keep track of like the trajectory you're on and like where you think Tegan was heading. Could be perception, could be survival. I would allow investigation, even though you're moving at higher speeds.
Oh, yeah. I mean, investigation would be my better bet. What I was doing, why I missed with that roll, was I activate somewhere along the line. I activate Dr. Zed's horse pills and Stalwart Last Stand. Okay, all right, that's good. A 21 total.
21. All right. You feel like you're on the right path, moving in this direction. And as we smash cut away, Tegan, you are walking back towards where you hope the camp is situated. It is very hot. You are feeling how tired you are in your body. Let's begin by just making a constitution check. As you've now been walking through the desert for, at least a good hour.
Ugh. That is a 6.
Yeah, unfortunately, this forced trudge is affecting your, you could feel yourself just like wanting to kind of just nod off a little bit. Unfortunately, that is the second level exhaustion, and your speed is halved. So disability it's a disadvantage on ability checks, and your speed is halved as you are feeling the effects of this. But with those rolls, it is not long after that you do eventually, somewhere in the distance, you hear the roar of an engine.
In the meantime, I'm going to use an orange health hypo.
All right, stab it into your leg. Your regen. The orange health hypo is 4d4, I think. Orange is 4d4, yes. So, in this moment, as you hear an engine somewhere in the distance, now you are granted the landscape is barren, but it is still kind of like a little bit of like rocky kind of hills. It would not be impossible for something moving towards you to not see you. Is there anything you would like to try to do in this moment to try to garner attention from a distance?
Let's see. I guess the one thing I can do is just kind of like take my shotgun and just kind of fire a few rounds in the air.
I like it. Sounds good. As you guys are driving, you've been driving, for a good 20 minutes at this point. Somewhere in the distance, you hear the echoes the shotgun. If anyone would like to try to make perception or investigation, you certainly can to try to determine the general direction.
I got a dirty 20.
Ooh, natural 20.
Very nice. Double doses here.
Rolled a 19 again.
Kimmy.
Yeah, and just fuck my 13.
Kimmy and Duck, go ahead and take badass tokens.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic. Both of you immediately, like, your heads snap in the direction. Granted, even though this is echoey off the kind of large landscape here, but you do definitely get a pinpoint of where you think you're heading. Tapping Hobbs, you slightly adjust course, and within like another 10-15 minutes, you start to see very small in the distance Tegan, who is sluggishly moving towards you. Screeching up, you come to a stop as dust wafts over, and Tegan looks like she's had a fucking day. She is soaked in dried blood and like little bits of entrails that are still speckled on her. And like she is rough, she's dehydrated. Yeah.
Hey guys.
Anderson?
Just seeing if I have anything that can help with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all, taken too much or gone a little too far once or twice. So don't try and explain it too hard, especially not right now. I'd say, why don't you just drink a lot of water and maybe dump some of it over yourself? Get in the truck.
I woke up inside of a bully mong.
Oh wow!
Do they smell
does it smell bad?
I was gonna say, do they smell
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I can taste it now that you say that.
So gross.
Sorry, my sense of smell has been My sense of smell is desensitized right now.
I don't have anything for the exhaustion, but I will do a quick second level rejuvenator for rolled dog shit 8 hit points back.
Alright, Tegan, you regen 8 hit points.
That's almost back to full health.
I rolled a 3 and a 1 on the dice.
You're exhausted, but you're healthy.
Yeah. At least I can still take a few punches.
Fantastic. Tegan, you hop into the back to the dismay of Fidget and Duck here, but Tegan, or not Tegan, you're Tegan. Hi. Peaches loves this shit. Like Peaches is a little enamored with you at the moment. Kimmy, I feel like you're like holding him back from like getting any of what's on Tegan on him.
No, don't forget you just had a bath. You just had a bath.
But the wonderful smell of decay.
Oh, we have very different definitions of wonderful. Do not, please.
But great. Thankful for the wind rushing by you as you move at high speeds back towards the caravan. You arrive in time to find that everything's packed up and the caravan is ready to move. Joining up with the caravan does provide certain degrees of safety, at least in numbers and as far as watches go. So it will take another 24-hour period to travel from where you are in between the dust and the iridium blight to the Old Dahlwell Oasis, which is kind of like in like the northern center-ish of the dust. But that is where this death race is to take place that everyone expressed interest in, and it is also the only real hub stopping point to kind of stop and like collect yourself before you decide what's next. So moving through with a large group, several cars all move in succession. I will not require like tedious rolls for this. You guys spend the next 24 hours. You stop twice. This will basically be like a small area of downtime as far as like a short rest and then a long rest and then a bit more travel. So if there's anything anybody does want to try to attempt in that time, you certainly can. I will say, before we get into it, that Kimmy, once again, you feel a vibration in your pocket.
You pull out the pocket watch.
Yes, indeed. The pocket watch is now set on 8:13. So
13.
And as we recalled from last week's session, the original time you
Was
spent-
it? It
What?
was 6:42 before.
It was 6:42,
I was just gonna say,
and then this last session.
did it change in the last session?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, a little bit of a delay. I think it's on my end. I apologize. But so the second session, it turned to 12:26, and then now it is resting at 8:13. Still unclear what these mean, but Kimmy, as you're staring at it, if you would like to make either a tech or an investigation check at this time, you can try to theorize.
That's a 6. Kimmy doesn't know shit.
It's weird. It keeps changing in weird intervals, and also you notice that the like you can't seem to wind this watch at all. Like it looks like a watch for all intents and purposes, but you don't see how it actually functions as a watch.
I'm just curious. Are we like all? Oh, I know we found the watch at the same time, but are we all sort of aware of these time changes, or is this Kimmy observing these things?
Yeah, go for it.
Kimmy verbalizes this to everybody.
Indeed.
Okay, the question that Hobbs is pondering here is: does the time move when we physically move, or does it just keep sort of skipping ahead at unexpected moments from like time to time?
Kimmy, to the best you can tell, it seems that it seems to be random. Although it does seem to move every almost like every like close to 24 hours based on your guess. You weren't able to really pinpoint exactly when all of these were happening, but it is several hours moving in succession.
I might have something for this. I have the analyze tech.
Interesting. That could
Yeah.
be something interesting.
I'll try to analyze it.
Okay. So, Kimmy, if you turn over the watch to Fidget, you do find that this is in fact not a watch. It is just a device made to look like a watch, and it is set with you know what? Give me a tech check here, real quick, just to go along with it. Give me a technology check.
Okay, this is where my rolls will start failing, I bet.
You know what? I will allow you with advantage from Timmy as well, because Timmy is also one of the more tech savvy in this group.
Okay, good. Because God damn it, I rolled a 7 and a 4. But
I have a
That's
theory
still-
on what this is, and I'm like,
it still comes to a 15 though.
All right. Yeah. So with a 15, I'd say you are able to deduce that this is programmed in with a series of times that it does alternate for at like long random intervals.
Is it counting down to something?
That's right. The analyze tech definitely tells you a lot about this. I'm curious if I'm just kind of running some mental loops in my head to see exactly what it could extrapolate. But I think the analyze tech is a very good piece of tech, and a 15 is right about where I put like the moderate difficulty. So I will say you do.
so my guess was that it's like like I wanted to guess that it was I wouldn't say compass, but like that these are distances from something that it's like telling you each day like how far it is from whatever that is.
You are actually so fucking close. Fidget and Hobbs, take a badass token. Yeah, so you discover that it is a series of times. So we have 6:42, 12:26, 8:13. You do catch that the next time it was set to move, it would move to 2:49. And then from there, in shorter intervals, it was programmed to move between 12:56 and 8:31. And Hobbs, no roll necessary, as you almost fucking got it on the first try. You factor in that you think these, if you were to convert them to a military time, they loosely match up to what might be considered galactic coordinates. Loosely translated, as Kimmy, as Hobbs kind of explains this theory alongside Fidget postularizing, you begin converting the numbers to military time and punching them into your Echo device, which would correlate to Sector 1842 at X 242.6 Y 081.3 Z 144.9, which brings you to the planet Eden 6. And then from there, X 125.6 Y 083.1 points to a small area within Eden 6 that doesn't appear to be populated. In fact, it seems to be large swath of jungles. And it would appear that this watch you are holding is in fact similar to that of a compass, or at least it's giving you a destination.
It's a treasure compass! Woo!
And you recall the seraph crystal that Duck has in his possession, and the riddle that states on it, you defeated the monster through cunning and might. Present the crystal. The time is right. So good. Analyze. That's such a good call. But brilliant. So you are armed with that knowledge that perhaps this puzzle leads to an area of Eden 6. Is there anything anybody else wants to do with any bit of downtime? Tegan, as you sleep, your exhaustion is reduced by 1 level, so you only have a disadvantage on ability checks. Keep saying disability on checks.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Where's my goddamn disability check?
But yeah, anybody else want to tinker or play around with anything in particular during this downtime?
Do I know what I would need for the Visions of Valhalla thing?
You think you might just, with the last roll you made, you think that you just, if you could add in like another like circuit board with like a program subroutine set that you could just kind of integrate it with the kind of targeting algorithm of it, as it were, and like there could possibly be a way to whitelist a person that might be affected by its effects. Like talking with Fidget a little bit about like some of Fidget's advanced kill skill tech here and how it like that can be utilized to like specifically remove people from area of effects, to like make it so area effects don't target as if a careful spell, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
That there might be a way that you can access that.
So I need like a specialized circuit board.
Yeah, or at least one that's in good shape that you can like try to either have someone program in the routine or try yourself.
Okay, perfect.
But unless anybody has anything else they want to do, eventually.
Oh, sorry. I thought I had screwed up how many techs I had prepared, but I didn't.
So you guys can pick up with the caravan, continue moving on, drug-free this time. Minus, the slate vintage that, the people are still kind of smoking around the bonfire. But you eventually...
Is there a place to wash myself off a bit?
Not right now, unfortunately.
You know what? Maybe I'll roll around in the dirt.
Give herself a dust bath. Maybe stand in the bonfire for a minute.
I do have... No, that probably wouldn't work. I'm gonna ask anyway. I have filth munching nanobots. Would that help?
Yeah, you know what?
Okay.
I'll give you that. Yeah, as
I don't know.
you kind of
It cleans contaminants, you know?
Yeah,
It sounds like exactly what you want. The filth eating.
yeah.
They're about to feast. Little bots.
I figured it was worth asking.
They feast so hard they get out of control, and then we have a gray goo problem on hands.
right.
Yeah, it'd be more like electronic scabies on Tegan only, I think.
Yeah. And I think he would have been like, I'm kind of sick of the smell as soon as I can. I'm preparing that for tomorrow. So,
Yeah. Fast forwarding. Duck, you digi-struck like a small. It's almost like an Easter egg that you just crack over Tegan's head. And yeah, like barely perceptible microbots begin to run over Tegan's flesh. Tegan, you take 1 point of damage.
oh no!
But the nanobots sweep over you in a matter of minutes, leaving any exposed skin, almost feeling like you have a bit of a sunburn, or like it's like dead skin has been removed.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So what you're saying is Tegan basically just got a full body microdermabrasion.
Yeah.
Uh,
Pink right now.
Well, I've never felt more smoother in my life.
Your skin looks great.
Thank you.
You're very shiny.
I don't think I've ever been shiny.
I left my glitter stash up on the ship, but like when we get back, we're gonna do a thing. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna love it.
Brilliant. Kimmy and Tegan have a little bit of girls' time as they carry on. Eventually, the bit of like rocky terrain is left behind as you enter the full blown of the dust, which is roiling sand dunes. Like a place that was obviously at one point in time a large ocean that has since been dropped away by the scorching lands that is Pandora. Sand is whipping up like in various like degrees, but eventually the caravan does pull through, and you start to see the Old Dahlwell.
Little victories.
Yes, the Old Dahlwell Oasis, and as you're pulling up, it's several buildings that have been like dug out of the sand, basically, along with several more standing structures. This was an old doll facility, but the Torgue Corporation currently owns it. And they have set up what a banner tells you is the Super Bitchin' Bazaar of Awesomeness. It is standing steel like structures, like the setups that people use to like rig lights on, like that kind of like crisscross, like long slender bars. And there is tents and buildings like littered about. This is like a full-on, like this is almost a desert convention, if you were. This is like heavy metal Burning Man. There is a ton of people gathered around, and as you begin to pull through, you easily see there's a ton of metal workers, mechanics have set up shop where they're working hard on vehicles. There's a bunch of small shops and food and drink vendors, and the crowd has gathered for what is to be the death race taking place in about 2 days.
Are there cookie vending machines?
Yes, there are. Chocolate chip cookies and crumpets.
Yeah, no fucking oatmeal raisin though.
Oatmeal raisin is the lie of cookies.
Wipe the raisin abominations off the map!
And you see a large electronic billboard that has Torgue's face plastered all over it. And every so often in time, it kind of goes on like explaining the rules. He's like, "All right, listen up here, motherfuckers," with a natural beep in the voice. And it goes, "The death race is gonna take place in 2 days. Make sure to get your make sure to get your rides all settled up and grab a sponsor for this tour competitions, and you'll get a chance to meet me in person at the Happy Pig Hotel. At least those of you that can manage to survive.
Meet and greet with Mr. Torgue. Yay.
And yeah, so you get the idea that this is generally like you can submit a vehicle, but it's generally like you need to get like a sponsor. And there's a bunch of like mechanic shops like around. Some of them seem hard work, others may have a little bit more free time, but you're welcome to approach any of them for like some degree of sponsorship if you would like, involving the death race. That's if you want to sign up, or if this may just be a way stop on your way to. We have discovered that Tegan's past has some connections to the Banner Squad in Three Horns Valley, and the local rat population in the fridge is in need of some urgent help.
How far away are those places from here?
So, making it from the Iridium Blight to the Dust is especially difficult because of the treacherous terrain that the Iridium Blight offers, as well as like the transition into the Dust. So it takes 2 days to make it from the Iridium Blight to the Dust. Being smoother territory, as far as the loose sands kind of go, but eventually the dead sands moves into the frozen wastes, where it changes from like this, like kind of hot, dry texture to like more of like a frigid area. Like the topography of Pandora is definitely a unique one and heavily influenced by what the Iridians have done to the planet. So very strange happenings in this place. So moving from the Dead Sands, or more specifically the Dust, into Three Horns Valley, by way of various kind of like roads and methods, will take several hours to move in there, like the better part of a day. So the death race is not only going to be like challenging from the perspective of staying alive, but it is also an endurance test. But moving into the Three Horns Divide, the Happy Pig Hotel, right in this general area, is where the reception will be held for those that survive the death race. And also Three Horns Valley is where the Banner Squad is said to be located. Moving a few hours from Three Horns, like a much shorter drive in comparison to these longer trips. Moving from Three Horns Valley into the fridge takes simply a few hours. And the fridge is where the rat population is located. So all said, if you were looking to go straight from the Dust to the fridge, you're looking at like maybe a couple days travel.
Yeah, we wouldn't make it back in time for the death race if we went there now. It almost behooves us to wait for the death race, because the finish line of the death race is where Three Horns Divide is, and then from there, the fridge.
Sure.
Indeed, if you were looking to pick up some money and some notoriety, it is definitely not a bad call, as it will put you closer to your other more meaningful destinations.
And they're not going anywhere anytime soon. But we'll need to find shit to do for 2 days, because I don't think any of our characters are the types to sit on our fucking hands.
Sure.
Indeed. Well,
Definitely not.
You have 2 days to find a sponsor, get your vehicle or vehicles ready, and then also take on any kind of downtime activities, do some shopping. There is a lot of shops in this area. Like I said, vendors, metal workers, different like mechanics, and food vendors, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot to do in this, within the super bitchin' bazaar of awesomeness.
Do we, Cobbs would like to ask around as to who won and or survived the race last year, or who sponsored last year's winner?
Up on the electronic billboard, in between Torgue promotions, you are seeing promotions for last year's winner, the family. Which is
Family.
A team, like a four-person team. It is 3 guys and 1 woman, and you'll notice the guy standing in front is very large and bald.
Sure.
And perusing around Hobbs, there is a mechanic shop that is obviously long sponsors of this of the family and are busy at work. And you do see like a crowd kind of gathered around their like station as well. Like notoriety comes with the territory.
All right,
Any,
Hobbs will take note of where their mechanic station bay is and perhaps relate that to Duck later, as it seems like we might have similar motives. How about runners up who are in no way affiliated with the family's mechanic shop?
It does.
Embittered, deeply grudge-holding betters.
Unfortunately, the product of the death race usually means that like vengeance is usually settled right then and there. That being said, there are approximately what appear to be 8 other racing teams gearing up. And those look from various, the Hodunks are present as well as the Zaffords. They have a long-standing rivalry betwixt each other. The Zaffords is kind of like an Irish Pandoran sect, or not sect, but I don't know what you would call it. It's not a cult. It's not an organization. It's just a people. And the Hodunks are largely stationed in the dust. Like this is their home turf. And the Hodunks are also well-known mechanics. So definitely up in the front runners as far as being, being up against the family. And then there are several other ragtag teams. You see a few like kind of bandity-looking clans that are like jumping in. There is a definite psycho presence here. Even though there is no bloodshed immediately being interrupted, but you do, again, as it is stationary when a lot of bandits get together, you do see fights break out from time to time.
Does our caravan frequent this event? Is this something that they've come to before? Or I guess I could ask that question of Rex. Is this like their first time at the death race? This is an annual event, I'm guessing?
Rex chimes in and goes, yeah, this is well, it's not a long-lived tradition, but a few years back, the Torgue Corporation took over this area and started using it to host regular death races. I'd say there's been, I think I've heard probably about 5 so far. And the family, they've won the last 3. And much to the chagrin of the Hodunks, they're a little, they're a little uppity about that fact and looking to unseat them pretty quick here. So you can expect there to have some funny tricks. But this is our first time actually coming here. We've decided to swing on through. Me and the family are trying to make our way over to Opportunity.
Is the family an actual family?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think many of them, maybe a couple of them are blood related, but I think it's more of a chosen family. That big guy,
like us.
That big guy with the bald head there, he's got a way about kind of inducting people into his crew. They've had a couple racers in the past, like the family, like a team of racers, if you will. But some of them die, some of them die and then come back. It's all very confusing.
Any other big sponsors besides Hodunks, Zaffers, and the family that maybe don't have a car going this year, or?
Well, Rex can't help too much with that, as he's not entirely sure of the layout himself. But a quick cursory glance, kind of looking around, is like you guys like park the caravan, you park the spectacle, you begin to go out and mingle around. This is like laid out like almost like a convention. There's like rows of booths, like there's like mechanic shops, house, and like these kind of salvage and reclaimed buildings and new steel structures that have kind of spun up. And you do find that come here, you. So the family works with the Blood and Grooves, which is the mechanic sponsorship they have. The Hodunks have their own, and the Zaffords have their own stationary ones. And then on top of that, there appears to be the Neon Dread, the Chaos Blue, Bolts and Circuits, and the Vagabond.
Ooh, I like that one.
Many of these do appear to be hard at work, although some of them might be able to squeeze in more work. But you do find an odd note to you that there is like a smaller mechanic shop that doesn't seem to have a crowd around, and the person that owns it is like actively trying to draw attention to their small shop. That is called Sintint.
How do you spell Sintint?
Sintint. Sintint.
Sintint.
All right.
Advertising his or seeking attention. How? What? I guess that's the better question. What would it draw my attention?
Well, it is. First of all, it is a woman. I do apologize for that. I should have.
See.
He's got like a large brimmed hat, dirty greased overalls, like clear marks of where the welding goggles have been on her face. And she's kind of just out, like those people that like walk by. She's just like kind of stepping out of her shop and like kind of just chatting with them for a bit and trying to drum up some business, as it doesn't appear that any of the people have taken sponsors with her yet.
I love an underdog.
Yeah, we might just be the ragtag group of scrappy mercs that she'll want to sponsor.
Plus, I like a girl who gets down and dirty.
Yeah.
Hey,
fair.
as another reference, when I was dreaming up this character, I kind of took inspiration from the blacksmith. Thank you, from A Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
Oh, the cute girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of small and scrappy, and fighting for the attention of the others, as she seems to have been pushed aside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think Hobbs is just going to sort of approach kind of nonchalantly, not looking like a customer oratorist, but just sort of like taking an interest in her, trying to drum up business. And I'm just going to say, well, it doesn't seem like your business tactics are having much effect out here. Are you just new to the area, or what's got your reputation so far behind?
Looking pretty flustered. She goes, yeah, well, look around you. Like, all of these garages are like, there's like one other woman here. Like, this is, it's a total fucking, bullshit. Just because like you're a woman, if you don't have like already your foot in the door, then obviously like your mechanical prowess is subpar, which is fucking bullshit. So yeah, I'm trying to turn these rubes' attention, because like I've been doing this for a long time. I come from a family of mechanics. I earned this shit.
It is a bit of a sausage fest here.
Psycho sausage fest. That's right. Yeah. Well,
as you see, like down the street, like a psycho is just urinating in the sand.
First case A, exhibit A, psycho sausage.
He's spelling his name in the sand.
But she like pulls you inside. She goes, come here and look at it. And like, she begins to like show you like handcrafted, like personally forged, suspensions, like alternating like tire tracks. Like she even has like certain other like varying technology as far as like ammunition and guns are concerned, like opposed to like the standard barrel launcher. Like she's able to like fit it with like mine launcher type deals. Like she goes, I've been doing this for fucking years, and nobody will give me the fucking like peace of mind here. I guess it doesn't help that the last guy is sponsored didn't make it, but that was not the car's fault.
Well, I mean, I don't think we're bringing many qualifications to this race, but if I know my compatriots here, I'm thinking that we're interested, certainly qualified as far as the death part of it goes, and I'd like to think that we can pull together enough talent to figure out the racing side of it. Certainly know what we're getting ourselves into as opposed to your last driver, but we might be able to help each other out, because I don't think that we would, be looking to end our journey at the Oasis.
Brilliant. I mean, if you got the funds for the sponsorship, then I'm your gal. Whatever you got, I can soup the shit out of it in 2 days' time. I promise you that.
I've got a very stock technical parked at the edge of the Oasis. It smells pretty bad, but I think she's in very good shape as far as damage. What was it at? Is this the same technical we've been driving?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so it's actually going to need a little work. On a scale of 1 to 130, it's at about a 74. So she's actually going to need a little TLC before we get started, but she handles it dream.
I may have gotten some bully mong entrails on the upholstery.
Mung. Yeah, no, but I'm relatively flush with cash. I mean, yeah, I've got a little money to put up. What does the average sponsorship look like?
Well, generally speaking, just grab a sponsorship and enter the tournament. You gotta sign up with the heads, which are over. She kind of points towards the opposite end of the spectrum of this long place, and she goes. Basic entry is about 1,500. When you win, you get 5,000 plus certain specs and bonuses depending on how many people you're able to take out. And then a percentage of that's kicked my way. And then any additional super cool things you want to add, parts and labor included on that.
Can I?
Added on that or included on that?
Oh, sorry. Added.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Wait, whoa, okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I can throw on some bells and whistles, and I can definitely patch up your truck and get it running in pristine order here, and that would all be covered within the cost of admission. But if you're looking, she points to some of her missile racks, mine launcher, machine guns. Some of these cost a little extra.
Can I use a tech check to examine her shop to see if I can get an idea of what her competency level is?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a technology check on that.
Ooh, 26.
Nice. I mean, based on some of the stuff you're seeing, first of all, the armaments do appear to be fully functional and top notch. And the rest of it, she's got everything she needs in this place, and by the looks of her, it seems like she spent many hours with each individual part.
And the things that she has that she's built look really well built.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, some of these the custom suspension and some of those modifications stuff that she's made herself look like nothing you've seen, and the little tech brain part of you pings.
I'm falling a little bit in love.
Yeah, Hobbs is just gonna turn back to everybody else and look for nods, expressions, feedback.
Just
I like it.
just try to look like I'm playing it cool, but I look at Hobbs and I'm like,
Yeah, I think we like what you're saying. What's your name?
Oh, me? I'm Brianna Grin, and I run this shop, Sintint.
Sintint, and what is that? Sorry, Brianna?
Oh, it's actually an old family surname. Yeah, my great grandfather was Jebediah Sintint. And, he was the one he taught my daddy, who taught sorry, not my daddy, but taught his son, who taught my mother, who taught me.
All right. I like an heirloom trade. Tell you what, I think we will, figure out our funding situation. We'll see the heads, and we will probably be back here with I assure you, still respectable technical.
All right, you're starting to worry me a little bit. But
I was gonna say roll a persuasion check.
Just as long as you can get past the smell, I think honestly it'll be fine. I'm Hobbs, Tegan, Kimmy, Jit, Duck. We're this year's winners.
all right, I love the confidence. Well, pleasure to meet you. Yeah, go get signed up, and we'll. She cracks her knuckles very loudly, and we'll get to work.
Sounds.
Do you
perfect.
at some
Okay.
point be willing to do like an interview to try to drum up a bit more like, interest in your brand?
You offering?
Yes,
Oh.
that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna get plastered all over like Pandoran news here, especially if we get in. Especially if you win, that'll be doing me the biggest boon. But yeah, if you've got some kind of an EchoNet presence, I'm certainly obliged. It would be more help to me than you, I'm sure. But maybe I can even toss you a bone if it gets any attention.
All right, I'll be sure to keep that in mind. Definitely. I still have a few videos that I gotta post before I get there, but I'm working on it.
All right, fair enough. Anything I should keep my? Is there any, like, if my brand name's gonna get tied up in y'all?
I did rip a man's ear off, and Tegan ripped another guy's spine out.
Oh, that's just
I'm
that's a normal week in Pandora.
Duck holds up the ear.
I don't think
I
many of
also
us
slept
are-
inside of a bullymong when I was really, really high.
That's true. She just did that like 2 days ago.
High.
She's,
I guess that's recent enough to mention. Yeah, it's worth mentioning.
she's not the driver, right?
No.
Yeah, but I can be.
All right. No,
No one would ever sit in
No,
the driver's
no,
seat.
no.
I mean, okay.
The old
She kind of like wipes a little bit of sweat from her forehead and be like, okay. All right, this is good. I'm good. We're good. Looking, yeah. If you'd like, I got a pressure hose washer I can blast you with.
Do I still smell? Here, do I still? I shove. I have.
Whole
I
outer
shove my.
layer
Like,
of your body, Eden.
I shove my like. I like get like right up into her face, and I'm just like, do I still smell?
Oh well, I mean, it's definitely strong. Well, yeah.
But is it like working girl? Like, hey, this girl knows how to, she's a working girl kind of smell. She pumps some irons, and she she's a strong type of
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's basically what I'm getting. Like, you could do with a good shower. But side note, it does appear that the bulk of the rotting, decaying blood and flesh smell has been absolved by the filth munching nanobots.
Well, if you love a questionably active smell, wait till you get a whiff of peaches.
And
Wasn't sure if you were mentioning that or not.
Dirt bath, but it was still a bath.
you now at this point, you've been kind of engaged in conversation with Brianna here, but you look over and you see that Peaches is bludgeoning the person that was pissing in the street.
Oh my god! Why?
Go take care of it.
It's like, it's just a friendly
Well mannered
hello.
all of a sudden.
Okay. But like, what if you made him pee on himself, bud?
Oh, it fully happened. You see, like, the psycho that's like bleeding in the dirt now, like twitches a little, but then throws the thumbs up.
Okay.
All right. The situation's handled. It's fine.
He just takes indecent exposure very seriously.
Yeah, he has a lot of feelings, you know.
Not a deal breaker, I'm sure. That's minor. I've seen worse on the walk over here.
Yeah, as long as you don't have any form of psycho, and she like looks at Peaches and then at Tegan. As long as you don't have a psycho driving the car, I think you'll be.
Oh yeah, no, he's more like a mascot, if anything.
Okay, I see. Well, yeah, looks like nothing wrong with picking up a stray every now and then. Just gotta be careful the stray don't bite.
I do hear voices in my head sometimes.
Oh no, I'm sure he bites. I would caution you to keep fingers well clear of his face.
He's giving Brianna enough information.
He's fine.
What was that,
He's a
Nick?
good boy. He said, how can you bite
I'm gonna
anybody
hurt
if
her
he's
to
wearing a
test it.
mask?
And by the way, Hobbs, since you weren't here for the last session, but Kimmy spent some time decorating the psycho mask that Peaches wears. Kimmy, tell us all once again what this mask looks like.
Well, Kimmy has scrubbed like the typical psycho symbol off so he doesn't get confused with the other psychos and stuff, and has painted like blue flower petals around one of the psycho eyes and added a couple rhinestones around it, and he's very pretty. He's very pretty.
Nice. All right. I'll have no trouble picking him out of the crowd then.
I just love Tegan saying the best possible thing to tell any new person you meet. I hear voices in my head sometimes. like as if she asked her what she does for a living. I hear voices in my head sometimes. Yeah.
But brilliant. So you guys turn away from Sintint and Brianna. The registration to sign up is still open at the beginning of the event, and
I was just gonna say to the rest of the group, so I'm willing to drive this vehicle in this death race. I looking at the crowd here, I really like our odds, but I would like to convince somebody to join me on this mildly suicidal excursion, because I would like someone who can shoot at all times while I've got one hand on the wheel. And I can put up 1,000 cash for the entry. So I don't know if anybody is a taker, but I think we should do it.
I like shooting.
Yeah, I can put some money in, but I don't think I'd be any good at driving.
I'm at least proficient.
They know how to work spacecrafts, so
Ideally, we should whoever's probably best with like shooting or has like a reliable tech they can always use. They're good with being like a riding shotgun, and someone should be on the friggin' turret thingy.
yeah.
Well, so that's the turret's the first thing that comes to mind, just because it's a like unlimited ammo sort of situation, right? So, Hobbs and Tegan.
And then you can still, especially in a technical, you can have a driver, someone in the gunner seat, and then you can have like comfortably two people in the back that can have enough movement and freedom of movement to be able to fire weapons, activate tech, that kind of stuff.
Like hand weapons, yeah.
And there are 6 of you, so in one technical, 2 people have to be omitted. Or you can enter a second car, or you can try to make some modification to the technical to perhaps give it an extended bed.
Team?
Yeah, I was trying to
Recreational killing? Anyone?
I don't mind just spectating. I keep an eye on Peaches.
yeah. I'd probably better stay behind too, because Peaches actually listens.
That's true. I don't know if you've listened to me.
Of course, there is an argument to be made about Peaches being like a Mad Max combatant in this, with like the pole vault, like shiny and chrome.
Yeah, I
There'd be
definitely know.
worse people to have on board than Peaches. I'm just concerned whether we get him out of that race.
Yeah, I was seeing if Savants have the Afterburner relic on their tech list. They do not. So, because that was going to be, if we put a second vehicle in, I could make up for not being proficient with that, but I don't have it. I had it, I think, available for my Prodigy level, but I didn't take it.
Do have the proficiency ordinance though, which will probably come in handy.
All right. So as you begin to approach and are like looking through like some of the requirements and like signing up for it. First of all, everyone involved has to sign a death liability waiver. Like this is a death race. There's a high degree of chance that anybody involved could die, as well as spectators. So it's a standard thing, not holding the Torgue Corporation liable, blah blah blah. So how do we who do we want to enter in this race? As we have been discussing, it's time to finalize. I believe we've stated Hobbs is our driver, and then we have a it depends on if you guys, like I said, want to all participate in the race. Then you certainly can try to, involving like either a second car or upgrades to the technical, or if anyone wants to sit out and perhaps use their talents somewhere else involved.
I can offer up 1,000 towards the entry fee.
And it was
Or, towards modifications or however we want to split that, but that's about all he's capable of.
there's 1,500 to get in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can do the other
And to
5.
get our technical fixed.
I have 1,195 right now, but I can throw in for like repairs and stuff.
I have like $200 to my name, so
Still?
I think, or
Wait,
did we split money in the last session and I missed it?
No, that was the session before, I think. She just clarified. So, but if we can get the 15, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I'll
If
throw
we
in the
have-
other 500.
We have people in the car. That's a lot of weapons to begin with.
I have 1270 and a chunk of iridium, so so
Also,
I think we have like quite a bit of money between all of us.
so it could be split up. The 1,500 could be divided into 300 apiece, and then you could chip in as needed for various upgrades or repairs. It also says in the rules that the winner gets 5K, as well as you see there is an additional $600 for every other participant destroyed. Which there is, like I said, about 8 contestants. So,
8 already? Oh,
yeah,
it's 4,800 more. That's almost the whole purse again.
yeah. That's if you can destroy all of them, but obviously, but you'll be looking at.
It sounds like anyone we don't destroy is just going to get executed at the end anyway. So, like, it's almost like bad sportsmanship not to kill them.
A Torgue issue firing squad. Congratulations, you came in second place. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh God, that's dystopian.
So before we call it a night here, let's settle who's going to be participating in the death race.
Okay, I will.
All right, Tegan wants in. Hobbs wants to be the driver.
I think my ordnance
We
would
got
come in
two seats
handy.
available.
All right, Duck rolling in on support.
I can definitely help out in the garage for Circle. I don't know how useful I would be on the vehicle, though.
The only thing I would suggest for Fidget if she gets on the vehicle is this is like a no set of circumstances should you use your siren stuff, because apparently this is like galactically televised.
Yeah. I know. I was just thinking,
Full-scale burners.
while I'm wandering around in the bazaar area, I might even use my quick change utility. Especially because I plan to try to hunt down someone who might be in the market for some iridium.
Fair enough.
So Peaches?
Yeah, that leaves Kimmy.
Are you into it, or
If Kimmy doesn't want to, I'll get on the vehicle, but
I suppose.
All right.
Like, someone's got to make sure that Peaches stays alive.
So, do you want Peaches to accompany you, or do you want to try to leave Peaches in the hands of Fidget and Brianna?
I'll bring him with me because he's a little troublemaker. So.
All right.
maybe if we're like short on funds, we can just get like one of those like yard wagons that you pull behind the tractor. We'll just attach that to the hitch of the tractor. Pulling Peaches around it.
An hour.
Sitting there with his knees up.
The speed wobble would be insane.
Or better yet, you could just be sand surfing behind the technical.
I was thinking that, or either
You get him like a parachute to deploy. Suddenly, mid-race, he takes to the air.
Oh god, awesome!
Grenades, Peaches, grenades!
Just raining down Molotov cocktails.
Stop using all the good ideas tonight, guys. Come on, let's try it.
All right. Finalized entrance. Hobbs, pilot, with Tegan, Kimmy, Duck, and Peaches. And that will be it for entering the death race. And Fidget, you will be able to make yourself useful both in the garage as well as during the race. Opportunities, I'm sure, will be provided. But dope, you guys sign up. So unless we want to split it up evenly, Hobbs has offered to put the bulk of it up front with Duck pulling in the rest. We can definitely go that unless anybody else wants to kick in to lessen the financial burden on anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I can throw in.
We might see a modification, or Brianna might try and upsell us in a way that's tantalizing. So I have no problem eating a large portion of the entry fee and just playing wait and see.
Okay. And then, if you need be, Kimmy and Tegan could kick in on the upgrades and stuff.
Right.
Making the truck badass. Awesome. So you pay your fee. You're officially licensed sponsor with Syntint, and you guys get your these like little nice little lanyards that apply as participants in the death race. And as you're like filling out the forms, you see a space marked for the team name.
Oh dear.
I know. I was thinking earlier that we needed to come up with a bitchin' name.
But if you guys want to mull it over, we can address that later. I don't necessarily mean to put you on the spot unless anybody has any banger ideas right off the bat.
Oh, wait, no, Ari, you came up with one last week, right?
Yeah, Pandoracorn
Squad.
Yeah, I've had that rattling around in my brain since Cross started working on this, so...
Yeah, brilliant. Ching, Pandoracorn Squad signed up. You're given a badass lanyard, and you guys are set to go. Returning back the technical...
First time anyone has ever said badass lanyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, it's a Torgue lanyard. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's got like spikes on it, skulls, and like weird things that jab you in the neck, but they look badass. Like,
Hey, I like it.
but yeah, and you bring the technical in. Brianna like looks at like the collision damage, the bullet holes. It's like, yeah, you guys have had some fun in this. All right, yeah, like I said, we can buff these out here and get that stationed up, and you guys can have a look, and we'll see how we want to soup this bad boy up. But as the camera pans away from Syntint, you guys have 2 days of downtime to work on the car, look at some of the local shops, blacksmiths, food vendors, different black marketeers that are in the area, get into all kinds of weird trouble and hijinks. But for tonight, we will end our session here. Our session of vaults and villains.
To be continued.
I am absolutely writing down the sand surf / parachute. I mean, that's just.
Yeah.